Why, hello everybody, it's Joycelina, and I am back here on the Just Vanilla server, and I am on the roof of the Nether. Apparently, I'm supposed to be going over to Mr. Redstoner's, but I don't know where in the Nether. He said, like, come to the Nether roof. I'm like, yes, but where? But where? I don't know. Where you is? So, yeah, you can kind of look down into the Nether hub. So I'm gonna see where in the world he's at. And I've got other people pinging me. But I thought I'd bring you in because I've never been on the roof of the Nether before. So there you go. So he said to go north and follow the torch. I think this might be Mr. Redstoner's base. Really? Wow. I guess let's go climbing. I don't know what's up here. I wonder if this is I wonder if this is a gold farm. That's what I would assume. All the way up here. It might be why he was asking for sandstone. Let's see. I'm curious. I would think this looks very scary. If I die, Mr. Redstoner, you're gonna get it. Oh, I do not have Elytra on. I don't even have it with me. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go about looking around here, but I'm a little scared without having any Elytra on. Okay, so I made it to the top, and you can see that Mr. Redstone is busy in here putting everything together. He has spent all day, he said, and it's about midnight, so he's thinking about going to bed soon, but he's spent all day building this. It's going to be a gold, ghast tier, and gunpowder basically farm. So excited for that, and he's opening it up to the public. So we made a tiny little contribution of 2 stacks of the sandstone, but it looks great. I love these colors together, and it's very functional but very scary if you do not own Elytra, or you don't use your Elytra because you've never used them before, and it's a long way down. So I'm going to eventually head back down, and I will see you in a bit. Well, that's not what I expected my intro to be, but you know, you log on to a server like this, and the best thing is all the people that are on here and the amazing builds that they do. And so I jumped on and saw Mr. Redstoner. It had been a while since the two of us had been on at the same time. So he wanted to show off his build, which I thought was absolutely fabulous. And hopefully we'll be able to use it in the short term. So on this episode, what I wanted to do is work on this area here. Now, let me turn around. I did a little bit while I was on the other day, and I didn't record it, but one of the things I did was come through and do some more accents on the wall around here. And I think I'm going to leave these the way they are, although I could change it up and have them all look like this. I don't know. Might consider that, but I really like this look, and it gives some depth to the wall. So something to consider when you're building is that you want some thickness to your walls. This might end up being something that I end up extending on the outside as well, but because I really didn't plan for it when I built this, it might just be that I can do some stuff maybe at the foot and the base and add some details around the end. So I haven't done anything to the outside. It's raining. I hope nothing has spawned, but I'll show you. So from the outside, when you're coming up along this way, it's still just very flat. So we do definitely need to work on that. Since we haven't worked on the top yet and had done the decorating, I haven't made the windows, the exteriors on the side. So back when I first built this, I worried about the front because that's what everyone was going to see. But I have not done the sides and back of the house yet. So that's what our house looks like, and we are working on it bit by bit. And so today what I want to focus in on is going to be, here, let's shut the door, is going to be the inside. This is going to be a living area. You're getting the floors all wet. you know what happens with hardwood and water? It gets slippery and then I'll fall and crack my head open. So do your shaking outside. Here, have a seat. There you go. And I also want to work on a chandelier through this area. And I think that will be nice. And then the final piece is what I want to do through here, whether I want it to be some type of secret way of being able to come through, if I want to do kind of like a butler's pantry where there's storage along this area and storage along this area, or if I want to make it a closet and you can be Harry Potter and live under the stairs. I don't know yet. So that's what we're going to work on a little bit today, and I will bring you in once I get a little bit of this done. Guys, we've had an accident. It's been a horrible accident. I was building my fireplace, my fireplace, and I lit it up, and Benji was keeping me company while I was here, and I found out a fatal flaw in the design. Oh look, I even lost another brick, but I came over here and I had a block was here. A block was here, and this block back there, that was blocked there, and there was another rack there, and I put up a guard. But Benji was trying to warm himself by the fire, and he jumped in. And I ran over and I tried to get him out and free him, and I accidentally hit him a couple of times with my pick, and then I finally got the nether rack out, and he seemed like he was okay, and then he continued to burn even though he wasn't in the fire anymore, and it was awful, and Benji was burned to a crisp whilst fighting Joycelina, and he died. Guys, Benji died. He died a horrible death. He burned to death in the fireplace. So there's a flaw in the design. So apparently for safety, we need this to be too high. Clearly. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Benji, wherever you are, up there in that sky, or at least up the flue, and probably particle and ashes that stuck somewhere up in the flue. You'll be missed, Benji. You'll be missed. So the fireplace is done. It cost me Benji, which kind of stinks, but I think it ended up looking really great. So some of the details that we did, we used some stone brick stairs upside down and on the same way, normal wise, as a little detail here at the foot of the kind of the pillar area. Used some polished andesite for just an accent color, something to differentiate it just a little bit. But I love this, how it's so closely matched to the stone brick that it makes it nice and smooth. So we added that. We put in some stone slabs, and then we created the arch in here that is similar. It repeats the arch that's on the window areas, and then some more iron bars, and then the detailed stone brick, decorative stone brick right there. I also added in some flower pots, or actually some bushes, just a cauldron with some bushes on top. Make a really nice color popping out. I think I went up to my storage stuff, and I think I'm going to put a planted pot up here. So one of the things that I did with this is I had this interior piece that I thought was decorative, but then I wanted to make sure I had a mantle out front, and so I'm going to be able to put a nice pot. Oh look, I'm not high enough. Let me do this correctly, where I can climb up. You wouldn't believe, this is probably why things take me so long, is that I'll go back, I'll stand, look at something and go, I want to add this one item. And half the time the item is all the way at the top floor, and then I go, yeah, I think I'll add this item. Like right now, I don't have a bush to put inside. That's brilliant. So now I'm going to have to run all the way upstairs where the bushes are to be able to put a bush inside of that. But so a little bit of detail like that looks great on the mantle. So the next thing I need to do is seating, and so I'll probably do some seating all along here. So probably some side chairs in this area. I might try to situate them so they don't cover this so that you can get the light coming through, because if I put a chair right there, it's going to block out the lighting. So we'll make sure that their lighting comes through. Yeah, I think I can put a chair. Let me see. Do I have any on me? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'll be able to put a chair here and then one right there. And then I'll probably put another bench chair right about here, like that, I think. No, that's too far. Bonk, bonk. Oh, axe. I'm like, what tool do I use? That's the tool I use. Because we need to be able to have some type of end table or something over here, which I will figure out in a bit. So that's pretty much going to be the seating area. I will decorate it up some. Might put some carpet in or a small table of some type right through here and see what we can come up with to make this nice and comfy and cozy. So I'm really liking how this turns out. Then we'll have to do probably some, like I said, we're going to do something along here. We'll do something decorative along this back wall as well. And yeah, it is coming along pretty well. Okay, so I came back because Mr. Redstoner has finished the farm. And it looks fantastic. So he has some rules. Do not go in the minecart to AFK. Do not, and I repeat, do not destroy any of this farm. Thank you to everyone that donated. Much love. And then finally, stand on the glass to AFK. Do not stand on top of the slab to AFK. So I'm standing here, waiting for them to come at me, bro. Yep, the ghast will die eventually. I don't know how it dies. Let's watch. I have no idea how this works, but apparently it will die, and it will give us its ghast tear every now and then. Or am I supposed to shoot it? Am I supposed to shoot it? First ghast, yay! How's it work? Do I need to kill it? Do I need to kill it, or will it die on its own? Question mark. You can hear me typing ticky tacky ticky tacky. Let me see. I'm waiting for an answer. Clearly, I have now figured out that the ghast, I stand here, and the ghast is supposed to come a little bit closer, just nudged a little bit, and hopefully the minecart, as it passes by, will pick her up. And then it will go all the way around. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then it goes into here, and it goes near the cactus, which should kill her. But it's not picking her up. So this is a good opportunity to kind of figure out, what needs to be updated in this process? I don't know. So Mr. Redstoner is now going to discover all of that, and we'll figure it out. And hopefully he doesn't have to move everything by one block. You know, that is usually the case. It's one block off, and then you're like, oh my gosh, do you know how much work it is to move things one single block? So, okay. Mr. Redstoner just died. He was not able to deploy his elytra when he jumped off. So death. See? I'm not crazy. I'm going to go down the ladders. Even though I've got my elytra, I've not figured out how to get the rockets to fire off. I think I might have the wrong ones. Firework rocket said flight duration 1, but I don't know. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go down. He needs some some sandstone, and I'll go get him some. So I will be back in a bit. Uh-oh. Ghosty just took all the rule signs away. We'll see how this ends up. That's what he thinks of your signs. What-row? Because Redstoner said, you don't follow signs, that's it, you're banned. That's it, Ghosty. I'm still on the glass, I'm not on the slab, so I'm still here. Me, never. Me, never. I'm a total rule follower. Don't believe him. No, don't you push me off. I see what you were trying to do there, Ghosty. Yeah. Go get him, Mr. Red. Yeah, oh sure. Show off your elytra skills. I ain't got that, let me tell you. See, I can't even make my rockets go. I have no idea what button to push. Jumping, jumping, can't make him go. Double jumping. Oh, oh my gosh, I would have died. That was it. That was the first time I've ever flown, folks. My first flight. That was my first flight. I almost died. Mistakes were made. Well, that was kind of fun. Okay, I don't know how this. Oh, look, we're getting the rules all back and in place. I like this one. Do not, and I repeat, do not destroy any of this farm. Did you hear that, Ghosty? Do not destroy any of this farm. I think you should be banned. That's it. Ban him. Okay. Well, I'm out and I'll be back at my base in a bit. Okay, so I'm back from Mr. Redstoner's, and I see I have my elytra on. I tried it once. It was not really successful. Nearly flew myself off the cliff. But anyway, so I did want to let you know, actually, Mr. Redstoner wanted to make sure that you know, and I will put it in the description if I can remember, but I'm old, so that may not happen. But Daedalus822 is the designer of that gold ghast tier / gunpowder farm. So hopefully I will remember to put that in the description. So he did want to specify that was not his own design, but that he got that from Daedalus822. And so anyway, now that you know that, you can see I've gotten a little bit done. I'm certainly not done. This is not the complete look, but I wanted to share a little bit with you. So I took the design of the chair and I added a banner. So underneath here is a green and white striped banner. So it kind of looks like there's a pillow on the couch. And then have been doing a little bit of work. So this, I think over here, remember I was trying to use like the iron bars and then the torch, and that did not work. And I think if you remove this, the torch will automatically pop off. So there was no way for me to even coax that, not on a survival server. Now, if we were using command blocks, or if I was using world edit or something like that in a creative world, that might be possible, but not in vanilla. So one thing I did find though is this nice little design. I actually saw it from somebody that used armor stands. So I've got 2 armor stands here. I saw one where they used 4 armor stands and then used this on the ground level and kind of made it look like a campfire. And I thought that if I just use the 2, so underneath here, you'll see, and I've got inside a hopper, I've put 2 stands. And the reason you have to have it inside the hopper, because otherwise it will not be the right height. And then you go along, and this is a part, do I have all the things? I have all the things. So then build up a pillar about that high, and you come through, and so I'm always really bad at this. Here, let me get my items up here where I need them. So we put where'd it go? Am I just missing it? Oh, it's probably in the hopper. Duh. My bookshelf. Clearly, this wasn't the first time I did it either. So you put the bookshelf on this level, and then you put the piston right here, so it's facing down, and then you put the redstone on the piston, and it shoves that down, and you have to do it one more time. So come back here. And then one more time, only this time we put the piston right there. Redstone will push it down over your armor stands. And then you'll notice that the the torch popped off, because the torch is not on the armor stand. The torch is actually just, you right click on the bookshelf, and there goes the torch, and it's going right through the armor stands, and you have, ta-da, a candle. So I really like that. I don't know if I want to repeat that over here or if I want to do something different. So I will likely, now that I have that there, I will likely have a twin of it there. I don't know, given the room here, if I'm going to go ahead and put something kind of like some type of shelving on the back. to make it look like a, you know how like you can have a couch table, a table behind the couch. Might do something like that where we can have something more decorative. I don't know, I ran out of slabs. So all my stuff is back up at the top. I know we can make the center one a different block that I happen to have on me. And then it will look like detail. I did it on purpose. There we go. So you have a little table behind the couch. And then I may go through and do something else on this side, maybe a potted plant. Do I have any pots on me? No, I don't. And then I went and I built this kind of shelving unit. And then I thought, oh, I'll put an armor stand behind here and then it'll be like it's nice and encased. Unlike this one, the shiny sparkly one that's like on display. This would just be kind of hidden in a case. But I'm not wild about that look. And so I was thinking of something a little different. So I'll come back here, all of y'all. And so I got a bucket and I thought, I wonder, oh, I don't have everything I need. I could put, well, actually, I think this would be fine. I can put some water in here. Let me put the glass back up. And have some fishes swimming around. I think, isn't that what you can do? Can't you catch fish? So I got myself a bucket and I wanted to see if I can go out into the water and catch any fishes in a bucket. Oh, I did! Look, tactical fishing. I caught you, you little cod. So you're coming with me and I will go through. Let me put it down. It'll be faster if I swim down here. So I'm gonna go through, put some water in and make a little aquarium where that bookcase is. Or I might move it because I'm not sure I like the placement of it. Because I think, hello, oh, I bet you that's my elytra doing that. I'm totally not used to the elytra on my back here, folks. I'll have to get adjusted to that and kind of learn how to fly. I can learn how to fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. So I'm going to I might move that to over here and then get rid of this window area, but instead keep the shape of it and try to put some water in, especially if I can get it to waterlog these. We'll see. We'll see. I think that might be an even more interesting idea. Maybe even keeping the bookshelf portion of it. Can I say even anymore? Even. So I'll see what, or I just might have the bookshelves down at the bottom and then the aquarium. So we'll see how that looks and I will be back in a bit. Okay, I am here on my creative world. I wanted to take a look at the different glass types for the fish tank and went through all of the different colors, and the one that really worked out the best was blue stained glass. So then I needed to do a comparison between doing glass blocks and glass panes, because when you do a glass pane, there is a gap between the water source and the actual pane. And I wondered if it would be distracting and how the look would be, because you can barely see it, but you can see that the water doesn't come all the way there. And I thought, well, will this line where the water starts be distracting? And then the second thing, and what I was more concerned about is if the fish end up in that gap, will it kill them? Will they die? Well, the second one is clear. You can see them. They swim into the gap and back into the water. So even though there's not a water source here, they're not completely in this block. And so they're able to swim back in and swim around the water. I also wanted to make sure that this size that the fish were still swimming through here, and they in fact are. And then the last thing I wanted to, that I noticed once I put in the difference between the pane and the block is that when the pane is there, you can see the water sources behind that are animated as if they're dripping down and flowing. Whereas once I get down here, right behind the blocks, so if it's the glass block, the water source is still. And so you don't have that flowing look. And I like the look of the flowing water as the fish are swimming in it. It just the animation has a better look and feel to it. So I think that I have figured out what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and make some blue glass stained panes and put them in on the fish tank, and I did move the fish tank, so you will see that in just a second. Well, I came to put some glass in my fish tank, and look, I've got a new chef, Chef Enderman. So I'm laughing because I'm like, there's an Enderman in my kitchen. And Yahtzee's all, he's hungry. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna feed him. So there's a few things, items in the chest there, Mr. Enderman. So yeah, I'm not looking at you. No, I'm not looking at you. See, I'm looking way over here. Don't hurt me. Okay, I'm gonna fish my fish tank. Uh-oh, don't, no. You know, it's because it's raining all the time. He doesn't want to go outside. So now he's just made himself at home. Okay, well, I'll try to stay safe as I do my building with my new Enderman visitor. Nice, isn't it nice? Oh, that's my fish tank, but don't look at it yet. I don't have the right color glass in it. That is gray. Light gray stain. Is it light gray? Yeah, light gray stained glass. So I've got my blue stained glass I'm ready to put in. I just was not expecting to have visitors. I'm not expecting company. My house isn't ready yet. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I have been trying to work on a design for the railings of the staircase because you can't just leave it open. I think there would be OSHA problems, you know, with the health and safety of people coming through, that they could just fall and then injure themselves, and then you get sued, and the next thing you know, they take all your diamonds. And so looking at some type of staircase railing. Now, I've created this design. It does have its weaknesses. You still need to be a little careful, but it's a guiding post. So what I've done so far, and I've tried several things. The first thing I was going to do was your typical, let me see, do I still have them on me? You know, your typical, okay, put the trapdoor next to it and work your way up. And it gives a nice little bit of detail, and it looks nice on the end. It actually looked really nice. Whoops, wrong way. Yeah, so you have to be careful which way you place them. And it looked nice having this whole area as this design of the trapdoor. The problem is, on this side, this is too close. So this door that makes up the back of this chair is sitting on this block. So there's no way for me to put a trapdoor on this side. I'd have to move everything over by one, but everything is perfectly aligned with this window. And then this window would have to go over one, and it would look awkward right up against here. And so this would all have to go back one. That's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Not going to happen. So I was trying to come up with a way of having something that is actually utilizing the 3 steps that I have here and still being able to do a railing without it feeling too closed in. I was trying to use stone slabs on here, or doing something between like solid blocks and stone slabs. Let me slow down and talk. Stone slabs and solid blocks, but then just leaving you this one gap area to be able to do the climbing through. And I really didn't like how that felt going up and down. Trust me, I go up and down these quite a bit. So I think this is a happy medium. I can slip into some of the other areas, but it's not going to be, it's going to give me just a little bit more room to do this. Now, this is a tedious way of building. Let me tell you, I'll show you one. So I put those in. You'll need to have your block for resting not only the armor stand. So this is an armor stand that sits down. I've taken a spruce fence, put it above, and then you need one more for, where to go? Here it is, for your piston. So you put the piston up facing down, and then you activate it, and it goes down one. But that's not far enough, so that would give it, whoops, get back here. That would give it this look, and that kind of looks odd and is a little too high also for what I'm looking for. So we'll do one more. Put that on, go down, take it off, and ta-da, you're done. Tear down the back. Okay, tear down the back. And then you're done. So I'm going to have to do that for twice on every single step all the way up. So it's a little bit of a little time consuming is what I'm trying to say. But that's what I think is going to be the look, to be able to have that railing go all the way up and around. And so I will bring you back when that part is done. And then I can talk about, well, I guess I could talk about it now. My entryway. I finished my entryway. So as you come in, I put the carpet down just to at least lead your eye in one direction. Again, going back to the spacing issue, I'm seeing how I'd still, even though I went for a larger build and scale, it's still not large enough. So I started with having the runner come along this way, but again, I can't do it this way because my table is in the way, and I'd have to move my table again over one block. So really kind of understanding where you want to place things when you're building. I really do not have it in me, the energy to move everything back by one block this way and move everything one block that way. So planning things out a little bit more carefully, knowing, I should have known ahead of time that when I put my table in, I was going to want a full 2 blocks here to be able to put something and come all the way down. So since this is my majestic chair, oh, I didn't show you, I added the cushion to the back. So I took the green wool in a banner, and a nice green stripe banner that I think you'll also see the same banner in our tunnel, nether tunnel. But I used that big high back chair, and so it makes it look so much more stately. So between the arms and the banner, it definitely differentiates these as the armchair in the dining set. But it butts in, I can't put carpet all the way down here. So that was a little disappointing, and I'm not going to move everything. So we will just live with the design that I created. So fortunately, I did go through, and I was very thoughtful about the placement of these pistons so that we were able to put the design in. Anyway, back to my entry. So this is the entryway. I do have a runner. Then I put a clock in right here. And so it's made with just the trapdoors again. Put some green carpet right along there. And then in an item frame, I have a clock. But it's also hiding my ender chest. So I can have an ender chest at the beginning, and I can come in and I can drop off anything urgent that I need to drop off there. I also created a little table. You know, you got to put your keys out by the door. So when you come home, you put your keys down. I might put a picture up, but I don't know. Or I might do something different along here, maybe with a few item frames or some shelving. Maybe some shelving. What do you think? Can put a shelf here that doesn't really have anything on it, and then a shelf here, and I can put a clay pot or something up above that. I don't want it too high, and I think I can put another, I don't have another item frame on me, but I think that because of the way this takes up this space, I might be able to put another item frame along here, or maybe a map with some type of sign, you know, like welcome to our home or home sweet home or something like that. So if you have a home sweet home sign, let me know. I'll have to go to the sign shop and see what they have. So I'm going to go through and finish that. So that's my entryway. I think it looks much more cozy than it was before. And I'm going to finish up the stairways. And then the final thing I have to do on the entryway is figure out how to get a chandelier. And then we will be done with our entryway and our living room area. So I will be back in a bit. Okay, well, there you have it. The staircase and the chandelier are all done. So that really completes this first story, and I'm really pleased with how it looks. You know, I've come in a couple of times. Oh, this was the one area I was still going to work on, huh? Can I put something back there? Yes. Can I put a picture back there? Oh, I can. Oh, I think I'm going to leave that. There you go. So I did put this so that it was a little bit more decorative, almost like it was a furniture piece altogether. Yeah, so there we are. We have the clock in the entryway. We have the nice little place where you put your keys. You come in here, and we've got a beautiful fireplace with lots of details. I like my lamp here is an end rod and just some of the quartz. What is this? I can't remember what it's called. Striped quartz. Whatever it's called. Look it up. We have our fish tank with our bookshelves. We've got a nice little area with the rugs and a couch with some cushions. I put in a plant. I don't know if I told you about this, but underneath here, this little area here, I thought it would look like, you know, like a napkin or a little doily that's put down. It's actually a chain mail helmet on an armor stand, and then this was pushed down over it. I think I might have shown you that. This has taken me so long to do, I don't even remember. I put some pictures in these little niches here. So yeah, I think that is the overall look of this first story is completely done. So with that, I am going to say I will see you next time.